Well, I think we got the Facebook live streaming and probably participants are already coming in. So we'll get started in just 1 minute, everybody. In case you're wondering, you are in the right spot. Yes, you are on the EEC, Entrepreneurs Education Collaborative monthly webinar. We'll start in just a minute after everybody has joined us. We'll thank you for joining us this morning. And we're exactly 11:30 Central Time. So we'll start with the presentation, and we want to thank you once again for taking some time to be here with us this morning. Welcome to the Entrepreneurs Education Collaborative's virtual session titled Discover SourceLink Nebraska, your one-stop platform for business resources, with Scott Asmus, Program Director of SourceLink Nebraska. Today is Wednesday, November 16th, 2022. I'm Carol Gonzalez Rivera, lead business consultant and instructor with the microbusiness program of Catholic Charities of Omaha. EEC, who hosts these sessions, is a collective effort of the following community resource providers: Better Business Bureau, Catholic Charities, Greater Omaha Chamber Reach Initiative, Nebraska Enterprise Fund, Nebraska Business Development Center, OPPT, SCORE Mentors of Greater Omaha, the Business Ethics Alliance, the U.S. Small Business Administration, and Grow Nebraska Women's Business Center. You don't have to memorize it all. Just remember, we're your one-stop shop for all things business education around here. A few housekeeping items. Please, turn your phone's case to eliminate distractions. You might want to close other browser tabs if you're experiencing bandwidth issues. Please be aware that all participants will be muted throughout this session. We'll be checking questions real time via the chat function in Zoom and through comments submitted on our Facebook livecast. So please submit any questions you might have during and after the presentation. We'll try to answer all of your questions today. But if you still have unanswered questions after, please reach out to any of the EEC organizations. Today's session will be recorded and posted as all the other sessions. You can find it on our Facebook page. Our goal is to always have it available within 24 hours. And speaking about sessions, we'll be continuing monthly virtual webinars on Wednesdays at 11:30 Central Time through 2023. Upcoming seminars will come on the third Wednesday of each month. December the 21st, we'll be talking about Nebraska Advantage Microenterprise Tax Credit. And January the 18th, we'll be talking about pivoting your business model to adapt for change. For today's session, you will be learning how this no-cost platform can help you connect with hundreds of resources and how to receive a personal action plan customized for your company's needs. So I have the pleasure of introducing our presenter, Scott Asmus, Program Director for SourceLink Nebraska. Scott has gained experience in business consulting, resource partner networking, program development, creating customized professional training, work-based learning, workforce development, behavioral modification, and case management, while working for private nonprofit and public health agencies in Nebraska, as well consulting in industry sectors such as information technology, advanced manufacturing, and transportation. Scott is a member of the Nebraska Business Development Center, NBDC, located at the University of Nebraska at Omaha College of Business Administration. Scott, thanks so much for joining us today. The floor is yours.
Well, thank you, Carol, and thank you to the EEC for the invitation today. I'm excited to announce it is SourceLink Nebraska's birthday today. We have been operating exactly 1 year today. So I'm excited to be here and show you our program and begin helping entrepreneurs and business owners start and grow their businesses. So thank you very much. SourceLink Nebraska is one of the 5 core programs of the Nebraska Business Development Center. The Nebraska Business Development Center helps Nebraska businesses start, grow, and develop. The Nebraska Business Development Center is a UNO center that provides confidential consulting business development services across Nebraska to entrepreneurs and business owners for the life cycle of their business. Today, I will be showing you SourceLink Nebraska, your one-stop for connecting to resources when starting or growing a business in Nebraska. We are essentially Nebraska's entrepreneurial concierge. SourceLink Nebraska is supported by Omaha Public Power District, the Peter Kiewit Foundation, the University of Nebraska System, the University Technology Development Corporation, the Institute of Agriculture and Natural Resources, Nebraska Extension, NBDC, and the U.S. Department of Commerce, EDA. SourceLink Nebraska is a collaboration with organizations that support entrepreneurship and business owners across the state. Our program is a tangible strategy to create, implement, and sustain a statewide network for ready and easy access to existing resource network in Nebraska. SourceLink Nebraska enhances business development through building critical infrastructure by increasing resource accessibility and transparency for entrepreneurs and business owners. During our first year of operation, we successfully provided one-on-one assistance to over 152 startups and existing business owners, which resulted in 127 personal action plans being created, which is a customized plan of resource connections that resulted in 1,146 direct referrals to resource partners in the Nebraska network. Furthermore, SourceLink Nebraska provided over 143,000 online referrals. Over 500 organizations have been mapped with nearly 950 nonprofit, education, and government resources that support entrepreneurs and business owners and are available for connection. Not only is SourceLink Nebraska a place to connect, but it is a place to begin learning about entrepreneurship and how to grow your business, as well as begin building your support network. Today, I will give you a tour of our program using SourceLinkNebraska.com. You will learn how to connect with resources and request individual assistance. Also, our events calendar, where hundreds of events are available. And lastly, I will discuss the business guides to help you learn about building your business. So let's start the tour. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so this is SourceLinkNebraska.com, and this is our virtual home for our program. The first thing I'm going to do is show you how to connect with resources. This can be done directly and indirectly. I'd like to start with the Resource Navigator, and I'm going to simply click into this button to go there. Now, the Resource Navigator is where all of these resources that we've mapped are located. Like I said, there's 500 organizations with nearly 950 different resources to support entrepreneurs and business owners across the state of Nebraska. So if you have free time and you want to learn about what resources are available, our Resource Navigator is available 24 hours a day at SourceLinkNebraska.com. You are able to narrow your search according to zip code, the distance from that zip code, and you can select an area of assistance. Today, for demonstration purposes, I'm going to pick business planning, and it can also be narrowed down to more specifics as well. I'm going to hit the button for filter the resources, and based on the search that you requested, a listing of resources will be revealed. Now, each one of the resource partners that we worked with, they created one or more profiles to help support entrepreneurs across the state of Nebraska. I'm going to click into BISO Studio. They are one of our resource partners that we got to know quite well over the past year. They are a startup studio, and the only startup studio between Chicago and Las Vegas, I believe. So very neat program. But each one of these resource profiles contains a short description, but also a long description of what this resource partner provides. Also, regardless of what you search for, a menu of services that the resource partner identified that they provide will be available as well. So as you can see, this list is quite extensive on what can be provided to an entrepreneur or business owner. Also with these profiles, it is about finding the right person and connecting with the right resource at the right time. So many of the profiles will have a contact name, an address, phone number, email, and also social media handles. All this can be accessed from each one of the profiles. Now, if you are wanting to connect with this resource partner, you can do this simply by hitting the button that says connect me with the organization. You fill out a handful of questions and submit, and the question will go directly to that resource partner. So oftentimes when that happens, we do see it on the back end. So our SourceLink Nebraska team will reach out as well to talk to you about any other additional assistance that you might need. It's all about connecting with the right resource at the right time. Now, there is a second way to connect with resources. This is where we can connect you with direct assistance. Our network navigator, Brandy O'Malley, she works directly with entrepreneurs. You can request what is called a personal action plan on our website as well. And by simply clicking on the button, you'll fill out approximately 30 questions. And what that will do will help us assess what needs you have and what kind of plan we can create. When that is submitted, our team is notified and we consult with one another and begin to talk about the resources that would best help that entrepreneur or business owner. Once we've created that plan, we send it back to the entrepreneur and we follow up with a phone call to discuss the personal action plan and the resources that they were connected with. Also, each one of our resource partners that are listed on the personal action plan receive a notification to help create a system of support around our entrepreneurs. This personal action plan can be requested in the Spanish language as well by simply pushing on this button. We do have a team member, Alan Martinez. He's one of our network navigators. He speaks Spanish. So our entrepreneurs and business owners that speak the Spanish language can request these same services in the Spanish language. I'm going to go back out. The other way to get support for your business in Nebraska is by attending training events. We've worked with our resource partners to keep our events calendar populated with events that have to do with entrepreneurship, growing a business, for example. So I'm going to click into our events calendar, training events calendar here. And much like our resource partner profiles, each event has a profile created too. You're also able to filter the events according to category, maybe the costs, because some events do cost, venues, organizers, time, city. You can really narrow it down according to your needs. Now, each one of these resources, they could be in person or they could be virtual. The past 2 years with the COVID pandemic, it changed a lot of the ways services are delivered. So there are a lot of entrepreneurial and business development events that occur across the state of Nebraska on a daily basis that are virtual. So regardless of where you're located in Nebraska, you could attend a lot of these events. And for demonstration purposes, I'm going to go ahead and click into one of these profiles here. I'm going to click into one that's being done by NBDC here. This one's called the Final Print and Advanced Team Strategies for Accurate Small Business and Government Revenue. So you'll be aware of what kind of training that's available. Oftentimes there will be a description of the event that's available, and then you can register for the event by clicking on the blue buttons that's available at the top, and that will take you to the organization's registration page. This is a great way to become integrated into our resource network in Nebraska and begin learning about business, because it's one thing to start your business and have the tools that you need to build that business, but to continue educating yourself on building and growing that business. Once again, this is something that's available 24 hours a day, and it comes at no cost to you to access. Click back out. Another way to access information from SourceLink Nebraska is through our business guides. We have a startup guide, growth guide, capital guide, and business transition guide available for your use and to be learning about different stages in business development. Now, I do want to say these guides are there for educational purposes and begin to learn. They are not comprehensive in the sense of you can read one, if you follow the steps, you can start a business. The idea is to help provide education and then connect you with our experts in the Nebraska ecosystem. Also, we have a tool on here called Enlighten. It is a virtual library of training videos that are available that can that are on all sorts of topics, from A to Z of starting a business to legal topics to marketing. This is free, it's at no cost to use, but you will have to register for the trainings. And you simply click into the training and you will receive a list of the different trainings that are available. Now, this is on the University of Nebraska's Canvas learning platform, so you'll have to register to be on there, but you will be able to access a lot of different information, a lot of different trainings that are available 24 hours a day and at no cost to you. Let's get back out of here. There are a few other things I do want to point out. Those are the 3 core services that we provide with SourceLink Nebraska. But I do want to point out that you can access the EEC on here under our training and events. And also we do have different podcasts and webinars that occur on a regular basis around the state of Nebraska. Blake Martin, he's part of the EEC. He has the Heartland Franchise Guy podcast. There's a link to that. Also, we do have the Make a Move podcast that is hosted by Kurt Zeller and Riley Mills. It's a great podcast as well. And also the Pathways to Rural Prosperity podcast with Don Mackey. So this truly is a one-stop place for anyone to access information when they're looking to start a business or grow a business in Nebraska. So that is the tour of our program. I would like to open up for questions and see what I could do to help you.
Thank you, Scott. We have one question on the chat, and I'm checking Facebook. There's not one yet, but feel free to drop any questions via chat or on the Q&A so we can answer those questions for you. One question from Dave is, do you know if Visual Studio charges for their services?
I would leave that up to them to answer, but I would reach out to them. There are services that could cost. So with some of the organizations, there is a cost attached, but they will reach out to you and you can talk to them about any cost that may be associated with Visual Studios.
Thank you. And I don't see any other questions via Facebook yet. And I don't have any other one on the chat. Oh, I am a success story for Link Nebraska. They were able to connect me with Finance Institute and business planning. Thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate it. That's really appreciated. If anybody has any other questions, feel free to drop them in the chat or in the Q&A. But as of right now, we don't have any other ones right now, Scott.
All right, doesn't look like we have any other questions on channels I'm monitoring.
There's Melinda, is there a bidding process or anyone can be featured as a resource partner?
Most of our resource partners are nonprofit, government, and education. So if somebody does have a resource that they would like listed on there, they can reach out to us through SourceLink Nebraska. We have the info@sourcelinknebraska.com. Just reach out to me and you can talk to me about your service. Now, I will tell you some of the resource partners are for profit. We have made exceptions for co-working spaces. Some venture capital organizations are some examples, but what we want to do is create a platform where that will eventually connect people with banks and other consultants. So it really is about getting the foundation and the groundwork laid down for you so you can start to grow your business.
And I think that question goes hand to hand to this next one. Amanda is a business owner of a childcare. Do we have to be a nonprofit? Most funding, that seems to be the case.
Yeah. So for resource partners, it has to be a nonprofit government or education. So it would be any type of organization that helps entrepreneurs and business owners start or grow a business. So if you're to be considered a resource partner, you'd have to be nonprofit, government, education, and help people start or grow a business.
And there's I work for an organization listed on SourceLink, is No More Empty Pots. How can we connect with someone at SourceLink to integrate our programming with SourceLink resources?
Just simply reach out to me at info@sourcelinknebraska.com, and then we can have a conversation.
Thank you, Scott. I don't see any on Facebook, but again, probably they're taking a little time to type things up on the chat. Feel free to drop our questions in the chat or in the Q&A, and we'll be more than happy to help you with those. All right, it looks like Jennifer answered to Amanda. She wants to know if she has to be a nonprofit to get these services. I believe Scott mentioned that. Awesome.
No, if we connect people with nonprofit, government, and education so they can start for-profit businesses.
Yeah, so in this case, Amanda, you can reach out to SourceLink and they can connect you with anybody that can assist you with any type of need that you might have. It can be like funding or like a action plan for growth, anything around those lines. You can access all the resources through SourceLink Nebraska.
And I recommend requesting a personal action plan. That's where our team can help provide individual assistance and get you connected with customized resources that fit your needs the best.
Melinda, what promotional channels for SourceLink Nebraska? How can we help spread the word?
Absolutely. So we do a lot of social media. I do a lot of webinars. We've done a lot of TV commercials, radio spots. So, you know, we've tried to utilize all sorts of outreach. Just connecting with us, talking to us. I'd be more than happy if you're a resource partner. If you need me to talk to a group of individuals, we're always there to do that as well. So we want to be there as a support. I like to say we do work for our resource partners. We want to connect you with our entrepreneurs and business owners in the state of Nebraska. So feel free to reach out to me, and you know, we would love to help network.
Thank you, Scott. Amanda is asking, what's an action plan? What does it include, and how does that work? So
a personal action plan can be requested on sourcelinknebraska.com, and that's where our individual assistance is delivered. So it's essentially a list of resources that the person can connect to. And we send that personal action plan directly back to the entrepreneur, and we follow up with a phone call. And we do discuss the personal action plan with that entrepreneur. And then we do notify the resource partners that appear on the action plan as well, because not only do we want that entrepreneur to have connections to the resources, but we also want to make sure that we're creating a system of support. So you have multiple people to talk to at any point, because there's going to be different stages as your business grows and you build it, and you're going to need help along the way.
Is there any cost to the action plan, Scott?
It's at no cost.
And I will
Awesome.
say, Amanda, I work for Catholic Charities of Omaha, the microbusiness program. We're one of the resources available through the search with SourceLink. When we receive those action plans, we also reach out to you guys. For an example, like we might have somebody, going to complete the action plan like form, and they're probably needing some assistance along like business plan writing and market research and like funding. They probably need a business plan for loan proposal. They need to go to the bank or something, and depending on your need, you fill that out, and then they will connect you with a list of resources. We might be included, we might not, depending on like what we do and how we can serve your needs. I will say that a lot of the clients that we have helped have come from SourceLink, and it's a great place to start with when you don't know like who's available and what we do.
And we also do, on those personal action plans, we make sure to include local economic developers in the area as well. So you do have that support system.
Thank you, Scott. I'm looking on Facebook. We don't have a question there. I'm looking at our chat and Q&A. I don't see one. If you still are typing, feel free to submit your questions so we can definitely answer those. I definitely agree with Winsley that SourceLink is an invaluable resource, and that's helped us to connect with the small businesses resources through the community. I definitely agree with that. I know the organizations that are online, we all partner with, and I think it's a great resource for all those out there that need the information for sure. It looks like we have another question. Can you put a site in the chat? Definitely can. Can you drop it in the chat, Scott, or?
Yeah, yes, I will do that.
And then Scott, maybe we can have your contact information for all of those that want to reach out.
And what I'll do is I'll copy and paste that on our Facebook live. So folks that see it after the live, they can also get it.
But yes, you can find a ton of different resources over here, from community lenders to business consultants to education like trainings, a lot of the different needs that you might present depending on the level that your business is at. So if I was a business owner or I was thinking on starting a business, I will definitely, suggest starting with SourceLink. You might find resources that you probably haven't thought about, and many of those provide like, free services or low-cost services. So take advantage of that. And we want to empower SourceLink as well. We want to keep them with us and to continue helping our community.
Thank you, Carol. Appreciate it.
I don't see anybody else with a question. And Facebook, I don't see any question. I'm not sure if Wesley has anything on his end, but I don't see any on our social media.
No, looks like Scott has done an amazing job of describing it in detail and how folks can get connected. So thank you very much, Scott. That was very informative.
Absolutely. Thank you, Winsley. Thank you, Leo. Thank you,
Great.
Carol. And any entrepreneurs or business owners out there looking for support, looking to connect with our great resource network. We have awesome resource partners all across the state of Nebraska. Please fill out a personal action plan, and my team will work on getting you some connections to resources.
Perfect. So if we don't have any more questions, thanks so much to our presenter, Scott Asmus, and all of the great work that everybody in SourceLink Nebraska is doing. All the impact that you have created over this last year has been amazing. And everybody, you can find the registration information for the upcoming seminars for December and January. And this recording will post also today or tomorrow on our Facebook page, so you can go and look at that. The next sessions are coming on the third Wednesday of December, the 21st, and we'll be talking about the Nebraska Advantage Microenterprise Tax Credit Act. And the third Wednesday in January, the 18th, we'll be having the pivoting your business model to adapt for change. So like take advantage of those topics. We're preparing for 2023, and those are great topics to start the year with. We look forward to Zooming with you again on December the 21st at 11:30 Central Time, and hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much, Scott, and everybody else.
Okay, looks like there was just one last question before we left. Is asking, what's the Facebook group? I believe where the Zoom is being live right now is a Reach page on Facebook. I dropped the link on the chat, Darcy.
Thank you,
And you can
Leo.
also find the link to the EEC on sourcelinknebraska.com under the training and events.
Yes, perfect. Well, thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, everybody.